though. That hurts. Okay, start a prediction and send it back. Would you ever start a fresh save file with no unlocks? We did it once. I don't know. That whole phase of my life from 2014 until June 2022 is like a bit of a blur. I think we did it in Afterbirth Plus before Repentance came out. Till right now? Yeah, that's the joke. Obviously, come on. If you ever don't get a joke, just go to rapgenius.com and type in the URL of the stream. And then, like, it will be like, this is a joke. And here's the joke. The joke is that he said it would... His confusion lasted until this very day. I'm very familiar with Rap Genius. How do you think I deciphered the meaning and the lyrics of Lucchini by Camp Lo? It turns out the song is all about pretending to be rich and rob banks. I didn't know that. This is it. What? Dude, every time I reference Lucchini and people get it, I'm like, this is the future Camp Lo wanted. That Uptown Saturday Night has some bangers. Lucchini is an amazing song. Coolie High, is that it? It's an amazing song. You need to come inside and check low. Relax yourself and let the coolie love flow. Then there is, I forget what song it is, but Sonny Chiba does say, I forget the preamble, but the punchline is, scored like 10 on my IQ test. And it's a lyric that always, in a way, it always got me, because I think that they knew when they wrote that song that he's bragging about being dumb. Worth. And in a way, is there anything more rich in bravado than writing a rap lyric that's like, here's how fucking stupid I am, and yet I'm still out here, like, you're listening to my music, so who's the real loser, mom? Like, I think that there's just some serious bravado in there. Love me or hate me, you watched. That's all you could do. Thoughts on Lupe Fiasco? I had Food and Liquor in 2006. You think I'm not familiar with Kick Push? You think I'm not familiar with Daydreamin'? Fell asleep amongst the flowers for a number of hours on a beautiful day? I told you, I'm something of an old head myself. Any rap album from the mid-2000s that some 37-year-old dude who rocked a Banana Republic button-up shirt underneath a Banana Republic sweater and gave a 7.5 plus on pitchforkmedia.com, I was all about it. As long as some dude named like Bill Schreiber, who had been in music journalism for 40 years, said this album's worth listening to, I was like, oh, damn, this goes off. This goes hard. Aesop Rock be smoking that loud. For real, for real. Toilet paper. No thanks. No cap, no cap. Y'all want to listen to Sicko Mode? Hey kids, you ever listen to Sicko Mode? I meant what I said, by the way, yesterday. Frozen, the movie, is... I mean, I don't want to say it's underrated, because it's obviously unbelievably popular. But it's like overhated is maybe a better way to describe it. As a movie, it's fine. I would certainly give it a red tomato instead of a green tomato. but the music goes hard. They actually were just flexing on the soundtrack. It starts with the dudes cutting ice, then immediately after that, for the first time in forever, holy cow, do you want to build a snowman? Love is an open door. Let It Go obviously is overplayed, but it's a very powerful ballad. The rare Josh Gad W in his performance as Olaf in Frozen 1 with the comedic interlude in summer. They didn't have to go that hard on the soundtrack. Like, their primary audience is non-discerning, like, 8-year-old moviegoers, right? But, like, they went off. Hey, come back here. Yo, I can't move very much. Come back here. Get back here. Hey! The wickedly talented Adele Dazeem. I'm going to get deals with the Angel. That was our problem with the last run. We didn't get deals with the Angel. Did I? No, there's the D4 back there. That's fine. You know what? I'm out of here. It is interesting that a song being popular can make it hated. I mean, Let It Go is not the ideal song for, you know, the demographic of people who are in my Twitch chat. You know, not too many predominantly men between the age of like 18 and 35 are like, oh, Let It Go really speaks to me. Instead, they'll always play you a song. It'll be like, oh, dude, okay, you just got to listen to one song by my favorite band, okay? It's 14 minutes long, and it's on an album with 2 songs, and it starts with down down digga digga doom down down doom 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 digga digga doom 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 bring 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 to doom digga 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 doom digga digga digga. And sorry, so Let It Go is not... That was supposed to be Siberian Cat Shrew by Yes, by the way, but... it's not exactly like a huge overlap with Let It Go, but they went off on the sound. You gotta respect the majesty of a Disney soundtrack when it goes right. You know, it didn't go right in every movie, but Beauty and the Beast, Frozen, The Lion King... Even Tarzan. Tarzan's not really like my, I was getting a little old for the Disney stuff by then, but just getting Phil Collins to like, hey, Phil Collins, we got a movie about a man who lives in the jungle. You want to write like the best song of your entire career for no reason? And he's like, he's Australian, right? He was like, yar. I don't want this. He's English? Bro, Phil Collins is Australian. I think. Yar? You know, not Y-A-R-R. Y-A-U-R. Phil Collins is not Australian? I will say he has an insanely British haircut. Like, he's got the Brian Eno. Don't tell me Brian Eno's Australian now. Isn't he bald? Yeah, but he's like, he's got the British baldness. Which is when you wear a pork pie hat and drive a lorry. And say something like, mind if I stop in for a bite at Greg's? What does Canadian baldness look like? I mean, I hate to say it because he's American. In fact, his theme song was I Am a Real American. But Canadian baldness looks an awful lot like Hulk Hogan. Like, Canadian baldness looks like Wayne Grow from Heat. That's an Alberta bald right there. Long on the back and very, very thin on the top. That's how I think of Canadian baldness. Guys, I'm scared. We have no good items. You gotta see Doctor Strange 2. Rewatched it on Father's Day. It's pretty good. That's what I've been saying, man. Okay, like, I've seen Doctor Strange 2. I sacrificed a great night's sleep in order to go see it in theaters, and I'd recommend it. You can bat chest and see if I care. I do a little bit, but I'm over it by now. Same with Morbius. It's on the list. It's on the list. I gotta watch Everything Everywhere All at Once. Like, that's pretty close to the top of the list, especially because I knocked off the previous top of the list last night when I watched Hall Pass, starring Owen Wilson, Jason Sudeikis, Pam Beesly, and Christina Applegate. Are you okay? It just happened to be on Netflix. That's basically what it came down to. I was like, you know, ooh, a good item. I was like, I gotta do the dishes. Let's just throw on like a crappy, like 4 out of 10 mid-2000s comedy, and that's exactly how that shit went down. It was not good. If you're wondering whether you should see Hall Pass before it leaves Canadian Netflix on July 13th, you can let it go, as far as I'm concerned. You're not really missing much. There's not a callback. It's just... It's not a callback to Frozen. Let It Go is just a statement in common vernacular, in common parlance. You know, it's not exclusively a song by the wickedly talented Adele Dazeem. Take me out of this floor. It's the only good Josh Gad movie as well. Although, now that I think about it, I've only seen a couple Josh Gad movies, and I wouldn't wish seeing any more of them on my worst enemy, quite frankly. I've only seen one of the Kenneth Branagh Poirot movies that he's in, and the Beauty and the Beast live-action remake, which was not worth your time. In case, I mean, again, we're talking about the genre of film that probably my demographic is most cynical towards. So I don't think I need to tell you to not see the remake of Beauty and the Beast. But in case it was on your list for some reason, would not recommend. None of the live actions are good. I mean, here's the rare NLL. I heard that the Lion, or not the Lion King. Please don't judge me based on that. I heard that the Jungle Book was great. Lion King is not good. And Lion King is basically like a worse shot-for-shot remake. It has no reason to exist. Aladdin, I saw it in theaters because my wife wanted to see it. I recognize that people are very cynical about the Aladdin remake because Will Smith as a big blue genie is kind of humorous. The Aladdin remake is the definition of, like, exactly fine. You'll be like... You'll leave the movie theater and you'll be like, that was not the worst use of, like, 2 hours of my time. Give me one of those. Yeah, it's like a borderline 5, something like that. Here's the thing, though. I'm not excited to watch the Jungle Book live action, because if they wanted to make a good live action, they shouldn't have made it the Jungle Book. That's like one of the lesser Disney animated films that came out during my childhood. Like, Lion King's #1. They should have just made The Lion King great. That would have saved me this whole debacle in the first place. If not, like, maybe they could have made the live-action Mulan really good or something like that. Oh my god. This is like the one time I needed a blood bank this badly. Hercules is number 1. I don't know if I agree with that, but that's okay. I mean, I personally, my theory, and maybe this is the way that it should be, but my theory is that your favorite Disney animated movie will always be the one that came out when you were like 7 years old. When you're at the perfect age for that movie to hit you. So, you know, I was born in 1988. The Lion King came out in 1994. I got an insane nostalgia for the animated Lion King. And then the movies that surround the Lion King, I also, I like, but it's like a Gaussian distribution. I'll take it, but I'm starting to get a little upset, okay? I'm hoping to get some bombs back here, although I did just use a bunch, I guess. My favorite is The Lion King. I was born in 1998. Well, that's not fair because Disney was making a lot of dog shit movies in 2000 and like the mid 2000s. They went through a period where like shit was not good, right? And then they were like the mid 90s, the early and mid 90s were incredible. And then they got to like, you know, Treasure Planet and they're like, we don't really know what we're doing anymore. Here's like a Brother Bear movie. And then they kind of like, you know, fucked around for like a few years. And then they were like, The Princess and the Frog. We're back. What you think, I sold them all? Pixar was popping off then. That's true. Brother Bear slaps? Does it? What are these items, dude? Jesus. It's driving me crazy. I loved Brother Bear as a kid. That's the thing, whenever, like, I don't take offense. Whenever people that are, like, you know, 23 now are like, actually, that children's movie that came out when I was 7 was awesome. It's not. And that's okay. There's a lot of shit that I watched when I was a kid that I thought was amazing. And then as an adult, if you ever get the chance to see it again, you realize it's for kids, which is fine. But, you know, expecting... We can do this. Expecting people that were, like, you know, older than 8 to be interested in this thing, if they were older than 8 when it came out, is not reasonable. Best newer kids movie is The Incredibles. I mean, I'm kind of like I'm a bit of a slut for the Pixar movies. I have no interest in Lightyear just because it also hits my incredible distaste for nostalgia. Where I just think it's like the cheapest way to get people interested in your property is like, hey, remember this shit that came out like 15 years ago? It's back. Remember how the human mind is unable to accurately evaluate the value of things that happened at a different age of our lives, and we're predisposed to always look at the past through rose-colored glasses and think that things were always better like exactly 15 years ago? Well, we got a new movie that's... it's kind of in the same vein as that one that you liked, but worse. But anyway, like Inside Out, incredible movie. I love it. Finding Dory, not incredible. Not incredible. What's the other Pixar stuff? Turning Red. Turning Red was really good. Coco. Don't tell my wife. I'm throwing her under the bus on this one. My wife, and you know, rare Kate L. My wife hates Coco for whatever reason. And every time she brings it up to other people, they're always like, "What the heck? You hate Coco?" That's like one of the most beloved Pixar movies ever. I'm in love with the Coco. So true. Okay, well, we'll just leave that behind. Onward. Onward's okay. It's Onward is like a 6.5. The Good Dinosaur is like a 3. They fucked it up. That one, something went wrong for sure. But we have entered an era for sure where like you know, there's like 2 Pixars, right? It's like when, before we realized that we had it backwards, and we were like, hey, once every 2 movies, there's gonna be like a real Star Wars movie, and then like in the odd years, there's gonna be like a fake Star Wars movie, like Rogue One and Solo and stuff like that. Those aren't the ones you really want to pay attention to. You want to pay attention to the episode 7, the episode 8, the episode 9. It turns out we were wrong about that one. We should have had it the opposite. We should have said any Star Wars movie directed by J.J. Abrams deserves to be ignored, and you should pay attention to the ones that don't have as much to do with the main saga. But anyway, that's where we're at with Pixar, right? Like half of the new Pixar movies are like 7s, and then half of them are 9.99s. Soul, 9.99. Onward, 7. Coco, 9.99. Good Dinosaur, like a 2. You like Rian Johnson's Star Wars? Yes. I mean, the one movie they allowed him to make before firing him forever. Yeah, I enjoyed The Last Jedi. It's not my favorite movie of all time. I don't think, you know, they're ever gonna fit like a bold Star Wars movie into the Disney corporate, you know, we gotta sell tickets to all 205 countries on Earth sort of mold. But when I saw it, I was like, I kind of like what they're going for here. I kind of like that it's at least a little different. Turns out that was not the plurality take. I was surprised to find when I left the theater, and everyone was like, I fucking hate that. It's the worst shit I've ever seen. They didn't even have a single... Boba Fett doesn't even show up and say, it's Gulp Shido time. What the hell happened with Maz Kanata? They introduced that whole Maz Kanata thread in episode 7, and then they don't even have Maz Kanata in the new movie? I thought she was going to give Rey her Kyber crystal that was going to allow her to discover that her true parents were Luke Skywalker and Boba Fett. Bro, I'm out of here. I'm getting pissed off at this run. You owe me a good deal with the Angel. Well, you know, we've talked about it a lot. We don't even have to talk about Star Wars anymore. Everybody is in the same spot on Star Wars right now, which is that, like, it's not giving anybody what they want. This is not a joke. Like, the only person I know who liked episode 9 is Dan. I think he gave it either a 9 or a 10, which is so funny. It's just a movie, like it's not that big of a deal, but it's insanely funny that he gave it a 9 or a 10. But I don't think anybody out there is like, you know, any adults at least they're thrilled with the current place of the place that Star Wars is in, which is fine. It's, you know, it's just a media franchise. It's okay. Normies still like it? I don't know, man. I feel like anytime, you know, I only hear about it like adjacent when I watch other streams and stuff like that, but nobody that I know has been like, or that I've heard from has been like, oh, Obi-Wan's been amazing. Mostly when I hear people that are watching Obi-Wan, they're like, I tolerate it. Yeah, I mean, I'll like watch it till it's over. I've been tolerating the show. It's been tolerable. I've heard that from my normie friends and family. Really? I don't know. Not me. I've been hearing a lot of positive stuff about Severance. People will not stop trying to get me to watch Ted Lasso. We Own This City has come up a lot as something that's like a must-watch. Tokyo Vice has come up a lot. Obi-Wan has not really come up. Well worth it. I think I am reaching the point to be honest, where I may sign up for Apple TV to watch Severance. Because I've at this point, I have to look at it through like a time wasted lens. I probably spend like 20 minutes a week scrolling through Netflix looking for something to watch and not finding it, and then just watching like somebody feed Phil for 45 minutes instead. At that point, I might as well cancel the Netflix subscription and just watch Severance on Apple TV. I mean, Netflix has like so little. I did, and I know I'm the dissenting voice here. I thought Spiderhead was watchable. I thought it was a reasonably okay movie at the very least. But apart from that, I'm like, just a lot of shit like I'm not that interested in anymore. Spiderhead was terrible. It's not terrible. Well, you know, it is one of those movies. It has a weirdness to it. I could understand how people would hate it. I thought it was entertaining. This is what happens when you get Mom's Knife on your first run of the day. Like this run is probably really good, but I don't care because I don't have Mom's Knife. You got Thor and Miles Teller, and you shit that out? Unbelievable. By the way, and if you'll allow me to be a hater, Miles Teller is one of those actors I can never tell if he's older than me or younger than me. Certainly in Whiplash, he plays like a high school student, and I was like, I don't know, 26 when that movie came out. But in Spiderhead, he looks like a 41-year-old man. He has like neck wrinkles. He was born in 1987. Why not? He's 38. He's 25. He's 69. He's 25. He's 28. I feel like I'm on The Price is Right now. He's 12 years old. I don't think he's 12 years old. He's not. There's no way he's 42. But if I had to, so I haven't looked it up. If I had to guess, okay, well now I saw the birth date in chat, which is also fine. He's 35. So he's 2 years older than me. That's crazy because, like, again, he was cast young for Whiplash then. Like, he was playing much younger than his actual age. Because I honestly thought, like, without being rude, I thought something happened. Because when I saw him in Spiderhead, I was like, is this guy okay? Because he was younger than me when he was in Whiplash. And now he's older than me. But I'm pretty sure that time advances at like the same rate for everybody. Whiplash is not new. Yeah, but like he got older than I did. And I started older than him. Time is relative? Well, I don't know. I guess if he was traveling like close to the speed of light, which he might have for the filming of Fantastic Four, I don't know if maybe they actually, like, he's a method actor where he was like, I'm actually going to become Mr. Stretchy for that movie or whatever and travel close to the speed of light using my Reed Richards propulsion technology or something, but that would make him younger? Okay, I guess maybe I was traveling closer to the speed of light then or whatever. I don't know. You should be impressed, honestly, that a streamer on this platform knows about time dilation as you get closer to the speed of light to begin with, okay? Most of us on this let me put it this way, you do not have to pass an aptitude test in order to hit the go live button. Can you not just, like, give me the +2s for not being scientifically, you know, exhaustive in my knowledge, but at least literate to some extent? -2, this is ridiculous. The standards you have, it's out of control. Hallowed Ground, what an incredible item. If you'll excuse me. Weed streamers know all about it. I mean, I wish I was a weed streamer sometimes. I feel such pressure on a daily basis to provide high-quality entertainment. To just go live and then, like, smoke some weed and put on, like, a Tom Scott YouTube video in the background and be like, whoa. Man. It would be nice. It'd be nice for a couple, for a change of pace. Nice try. I'd still watch. YouTube has democratized knowledge and misinformation, to be fair, but it's democratized knowledge, and that pisses me off. In a way. Because now, like, it used to be... In, like, even in the early mid-2000s, even in the early 2010s, you could be, like, kind of ignorant about things. Now, everybody knows everything because of 2-hour-long video essays about, like, what went wrong during the filming of Watership Down, the animated movie from, like, 1983. So you used to just be like, man, I really like that movie, Watership Down. Well, that was a classic. Oh, you haven't seen the Defunct Land Cross Lindsay Ellis 18-part video essay about what went wrong during its production? Ryan, some of the animators were so overworked they died, okay? They died. I didn't know, man. It's unreasonable to expect everybody on Earth to have that much knowledge about everything they've ever consumed. No, I made that part up. I don't know about Watership Down. It was still problematic, though. Didn't a bunch of animals die in the... Like, animated animals die in the movie? On the other hand, it is nice, because I do think it allows... Like, you used to have questions. You'd be like, man, I wonder if the Fast Pass, like, actually speeds things up, or if it slows things down. And then all you have to do is bring it up in Twitch chat, and then, like, you know, just say it right now. Go ahead and say it. 1,500 people are going to be like, you should watch this 7-hour-long video essay about the history of the Disney Fast Pass. It made things way worse. We got an urban planner did a Monte Carlo simulation. Those lightning lane bastards. It might be the best video on YouTube. Excuse me. Man places elastic bands on watermelon until watermelon explodes and hits him in the chest and knocks him backwards off his computer chair. Streets 112. Okay, also true. Put some respect on Streets 112, please. An MLRL time. Fastest hot dog shooter. This is another classic. Tuco Salamanca snorts an Infinity Stone. Another good one. I mean, but that's only... I would put that in, like, the best of the month category. Best of all time? I don't know. We got a long way to go. Elmo's got the moves 10 hour. Elmo slide. You better give me a good item here, man. I'm over this 6.81 damage nonsense. After everything we've been through, I just wanted an angel deal. We get Ouija board and Void. Incredible. Like, the people are being so nice, donating their time, watching my stream here, and then this is how you repay them? Why are you closed? Another classic video. I mean, all the public freakouts are good. There's probably like 1,000 must-watch YouTube videos if I was curating a playlist. I meant to kick your phone is just such a good video. Some of them I don't understand all the references in chat. I was losing my mind watching Apollo's You Laugh, You Lose. Like, every video that came up, he would see, like, one frame of, like, a spinning plate in a microwave and be like, I've seen this one. How do you see so many damn YouTube videos? Joby, no. People don't know the Joby video, man, and that's, like, a great injustice. That's an all-time classic. That's the nastiest. You know how dogs is and all that. He just studying it. I don't know. I think I would honestly be like either the worst or the best You Laugh, You Lose streamer. Because I laugh at everything. I think I have a sympathetic laugh. Like, if I ever think that somebody is trying to tell a joke, and if it lands, even if the landing is askew, I always give them a courtesy chuckle. Which leads to some awkwardness occasionally, because it turns out not everyone tries to make every sentence a joke, unlike me. Some people will just literally, like, say a sentence, just to say it, and communicate. Not simply to try to elicit some laughter from whoever they're talking with. Yeah, whatever. But dude, at daycare yesterday, oh man. I felt like Dr. Manhattan. First it was just me and one other mom, and she was like, how was your weekend? And I was like, I had food poisoning. She just got disintegrated. So good. Normally it would be like, oh, it's pretty good. How was yours? Oh, we went to, you know, this park. Oh, it's really cool. Instead, I just led with, I have food poisoning. Get vapored. Holy cow. Then another couple showed up. And the dad said, how was your Father's Day? I said, actually, I had food poisoning. Put me on the advantage for the rest of the conversation. And then they were like, you know, they tried to compete. They were like, oh man, ours was kind of rough too. We spent 5 hours trying to get our daughter to go to sleep last night. And in my head, I was like, that's rough, don't get me wrong, but it's not taking 20 poops a day. It's not quite on the, like, I feel bad for you. But at the same time, at least you didn't run the risk of pooping your pants in public as an adult. I will take this. I will take this. That's fine by me. In a way, it's kind of great, man. I'm not saying it was worth getting food poisoning in order to have the moral high ground in every conversation, but it's a feeling I don't experience that often. So worth. Dude, so worth. Who hurt you? Just don't understand why they added all this stuff to the game that could be fun, but instead they're like, 90% of the time you take you interface with the new mechanics, we punch you in the penis. 10% of the time you get a range upgrade. Why? For what purpose? On what grounds? Horse pill health down is just crystallized cat shit? I mean, it's like a slap in the face. After everything I've sacrificed, back to formula? Did NL beat? What a question. Don't know how to answer that. Are you asking me if I'm gonna pound the potato? That's a reference to the Jason Sudeikis film Hall Pass, by the way, in case you haven't seen it. I highly recommend it. It leaves Canadian Netflix July 13th. Okay. Nobody saw it. It's a bad movie. It's correct. It's a bad movie. Not a good movie. It's no Morbius. I've seen it. I mean, I don't think you have anything to apologize for unless you saw Hall Pass in theaters. Jason Sudeikis, look, I enjoy him in some roles. That being said, I could kind of take him or leave him. I would say I have an overall positive impression of him, but I could take him or leave him. But Owen Wilson, he's got so much more ability than a movie like Hall Pass is capable of showing off. I mean, he was in Shanghai Nights. He does play Mobius, which is a... I never thought it would be hard to say, but Mobius is one of the hardest words to say right now, because it just feels so wrong saying it without the R. He was in Drillbit Taylor, when the ex-Special Forces combat guy teaches kids how to not get beaten up in school. Dude, honestly, okay, you know, you did this. I'm doing it. I am doing it. Whoa! Yes. All right, that seems kind of cool. I don't know if it's that good, but it seems kind of cool. Seems kind of neat, at least. I was genuinely so surprised when I fired that first shot. Whoa! Come on, man. This is fun. This is a fun one. It's interesting. Gets the people going. Holy cow. If we just use it like mom's knife, we're going. Hey. Does seem pretty good. Sire, my bitrate. Dude, I gotta ask, at this point, when do you think Dan's actually gonna beat Melania? Because I think it's worth at least having the conversation. He hasn't gotten close yet, right? Like, he's seen Phase 2 30-something times, but has he ever had... Has he ever gotten Phase 2? I mean, on what percentage of those did he hit her, even a single time in Phase 2? He's gotten like 10% into Phase 2. You gotta hand it to him. I mean, in some ways. Although I will say, I watched his stream for like 5 minutes today after I got off the bike, and he died for the 1700th time. And then he started to like... I felt like he was sort of blaming me for how long he had been fighting Melania, because he was like, oh, Ryan Gary, in his own way, responsible for Pace Picante because of his message that said, I implore you to level big. And I'm like, what are you talking? My message that said, hey, just so you know, you'll be playing this game for like 8 months if you don't level Vig. That led to you being like, I'm never going to level it. And as a result, it's my fault. He took it as a challenge? Yes, I agree 100%. He took it as a challenge. That's not my fault. That's a flaw in his own psychology. You should know him better. I mean, he's approaching his 40s, right? Like, this is a guy, he can handle his own life. I'm not going to police the way I speak to my friend Daniel, because his ego got in the way of common sense. What is happening on the screen? I wouldn't expect you to understand advanced level Isaac gameplay like this. I took a little offense when he suggested it was partly my fault that he didn't level Vig because of the message I said that said level Vig. But anyway. Dude, we won again. Slash marker. Isaac 2. Pay out the believers. That run got good at the end. That's a classic Isaac statement. That run got good at the end.